Good
Welcome to Tracking the
morning.
Market Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. We had a little bit of technical difficulties for the 1 minute, and we are back.
Yes, here we are every Tuesday. Count on
So this week
us.
has been interesting, right?
Yes. This week there's a lot of, I believe they said this was a data week, right? So there's a lot of
Yeah.
reports coming out this week that we have to make sure we keep eyes on.
Which we didn't really see a lot of movement in those. I know that we see random things that say like rates go down, rates recover, but to be honest with you, that hasn't really been the case. I don't feel watching the market, and I think it's because lenders are being conservative, right? I think they're protecting their hedge because they're not sure what's going to happen. Because if the Fed moves rates too quickly, if the Fed moves rates too slowly, we're going to see increases, and that's going to be a loss of money. And so I think that that's really important to evaluate, is that just because we see slight movement, I don't know,
Yeah, there's no hopes or no chance in the rates coming down. The Fed's announcing any type of rate cut this month. And next month, we'll see. I think we have to play it by ear. I'm done trying to predict or read an article and say we're going to have a rate cut next month, because from now to then, everything can change. From now to noon today, things can change. We don't know.
And I think something really important to analyze too is, like, for example, we saw 6 cities with month-over-month price declines, but you have to think about what that inventory is. So like Dallas, Denver, Phoenix, Portland, San Diego, and Tampa were the top 6. But if you think about Tampa, that area has a lot of condos, and as we know, we have a condo crisis, quote unquote, in Florida because of all of the regulations and stuff that have been put on due to the condo collapse in Surfside. And so I think that's really important to note before we really evaluate that. And again, normal market, but we had top performers of Charlotte, New York City, and Chicago, which, if you think about there, like, those are big markets with big prices, and they're
Right.
like $1 million starter homes. Okay.
Yeah, those price points are definitely on the higher end. So I didn't even think of that. So that's a good point that you made. We have to pay attention to, even though it's like, oh, national average, this is what it is. Each market's still going to be different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know on a national average, you mentioned that the prices did increase by 0.3%, but when you start looking at your specific market, that may look a little different, but still don't get discouraged, because at the end of the day, any gain is still a gain, right? I think with real estate, that it's an investment, and you may not see the investment or the profit come in right away, but if in due time you will.
Yeah.
And then something else, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to mention the pending home sales. I know in March there was an increase of to 6.1% month over month.
Mm-hmm.
That was due to that short dip that we saw in the mortgage rates, I believe. And then also there's a lot more inventory. So that gives to show, that kind of confirms that the spring market is here. The summer market is going to be busy for us. So just if you're still on the fence, like, definitely reach out and run scenarios by us. I think we preach this all the time, because there's so many buyers out there that are still hesitant to move forward because, oh, we're just waiting for the market to crash. The market isn't going to crash. So reach out, see if you're in a position to purchase now, do it. If the numbers make sense, go for it.
If you think about certain things, like, for example, even we talked about Tampa, right? The price increase declined 9 of the last 12 months, but we had things like hurricanes, we had things like condos.
Right.
Like, you have to really consider the full picture of it, not just the tree. We're looking at the forest. And then if you want to really dive into that, they're still up 69% since 2019. That's only 6 years. 69%. That's over a 10% increase each year. And so it's really important to note those things. And we also saw purchasing up, which caused some false inflation in our GDP. And that's because people thought, oh, let me just go purchase everything before the tariffs take place. Well, just like rates, where it's built in, it was already built into the prices. Yes. Will we see more increases? Correct. But this inflationary time of that, and those tariffs actually could cause rates to come down. I saw a good friend and realtor of mine the other day, Matt Wheatley. He was talking about, and he showed recessions and so forth, because recessions have to happen. It's like a rubber band, right? It can only pull back so far. So recessions are healthy for economic growth. So just remind yourself that. Get out of the fear. They're healthy for economic growth. And you showed there was only very few times that housing prices actually dipped significantly, that there was, and most of that was in 2006 to 2008 to 10-ish. And but you know what happened every time that we had a major recession? Rates went down every single time. So I thought that was a really good graph. And I'm happy to share his video with anybody because it was very good information. And it wasn't based on fear, it was based on fact.
Oh, that's good. Do you happen to have that graph, or
Yeah, I'll share his video directly to
oh,
anybody who wants it. So
yeah, I'd love to share it with anyone that
yeah.
would
So
like it.
comment if you have any questions on any of that. Our goal is that we want to just make sure the Fed outlook is that, we will see rates come down at some point, but right now we just have really high volatility. So if you like it, lock it. Lock into the houses. You can refinance later if you can afford it. Like, let's make it feasible for you.
Yeah, and there's so many other programs now. I know there's so many programs, right, for first-time home buyers. I know one that we've seen a lot here in Florida is the Florida Hometown Heroes.
Mhm.
Just because that's available does not necessarily mean it's the best option for you. There's other things that we can look at and other products that we can strategize for you. So you don't have to wait till July. You don't have to wait till then to start the process either. So definitely reach out to us if that's something on your, I know school's about to go be out, and then a lot of families like to move during the summer, right before school starts. So this may be around the time that you want to start those conversations with us. So reach out to us, make sure that
Well, and another thing too is like first-time home buyers claimed record market share last quarter, which is huge. That means that we see some affordability coming back, and isn't that what we've been asking for?
yes, it
So
does.
I think that's important to know. So listen, don't follow the fear, just follow us, and please give us your comments, message us. We're happy to share any of the information so that we can help you make your buyers feel confident in this market.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we're going to cut it a little short today, but we will definitely be back next Tuesday.
Happy
In
Taco
the meantime,
Tuesday.
you said what?
If you miss Cinco de Mayo partying, happy Taco Tuesday.
Oh, yes. Yes. I hope you all have a Taco Tuesday, a nice Taco Tuesday today.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good day.
We'll see you guys later. Bye.